Hello, today we are going to review Tuva. Tuva is a sample manager. If you are anything like me, you have way too many samples and it's difficult to keep track of them in a file system, to find them when you are producing a track. Tuva is a sample manager, a program to help you keep them organized and, more important, to find them easily when you are producing, so you don't have to abandon your flow. Now here is Tuva. I already have some files in there. When you get in, you just have to click this plus button, add a folder. My recommendation is that you have at least some rough organization and you don't add the folder that you have the whole lot of your samples, because you're also going to be able to filter by which folder a particular file is in. So if you have at least a rough organization, it's gonna be far easier for you to find them. Now, as you can see, you can look for samples, you can look for MIDI, you can look for projects, because Tuva also deals with those project files. I haven't added any project yet. When you want to search for a file, you can just click on the search button and write whatever you want. And it's going to find you things that maybe you wanted and didn't know they existed. So you can look for folders or you can look for the particular instrument. But say that so I want both cyber and cymatics. I can also look for BPM, key, the type of instrument, the type of effect, type of vocal, type of file, and as we saw before, the particular folder it is in. I cannot filter by duration, but I can sort by duration. I would prefer to be able to filter by duration because there is a sorting option that I really like, that is shuffle. What is shuffle? Each time you click shuffle, it's going to get a random sorting order on the results of your search. You start playing and the first one you say this may work, you put that, you drag and drop in your DAW and you use that, as you should, because the point is to produce music, not to scroll through hundreds of sound files. And if you don't have the shuffle option, you probably end up using the same dozen or so files for whatever search you do. But with this shuffle option, now all of them have a better possibility of you at least hearing them. So I really like this shuffle option. I also really like that when you click on a sound, you can find similar sound. You can show files in the same folder, that you can open the file explorer. This is going to be easier for you to locate files in your file system. So this program has several very nice features. For instance, dealing with MIDI. Not that many sample managers deal with MIDI. But here there's the first place I think there's room for improvement. I have this, I don't have a BPM. What BPM is going this playback to be? Another feature that would be nice. I know that this is A minor. How could I transpose this into G sharp minor? I'm not asking for changing the key, only to transpose all the notes the same number of semitones up or down. That would be nice. And also, there's something here that points to one particular problem that, in my opinion, Tuva has. That you cannot edit the text of your file. That is a problem because I know that this file is supposed to be 102 BPM. I can write here the BPM. And with the BPM, I probably have the duration as well because in these other files, I have the duration because it has the BPM. Tuva wasn't able to detect the tempo of these files, but I know the tempo of these files. I also know the key of these files. Why cannot I add those tags? Also, if I can add those tags, I could also add tags for genre. I could also add tags for company. Maybe I want to select all these and say all these were for cymatics because maybe I'm preparing a participation for a context and this context of the company, and this company constrains that you only use sounds from them. Maybe the analysis that Tuva did is wrong. For instance, if I look, not the MIDI, if I look in the samples and I want the Bram, I happen to have bass one set. And yeah, probably they sound close enough to a Bram. Indeed. But still, I also want this to have the bus tag. I will also need to edit this tag. So this is the conclusion. To me, Tuba has several good ideas, several very nice features. These tags are probably because Tuba makes some kind of sound analysis or analysis on the file, but in my opinion, that I cannot edit them is a deal breaker. Since they give you 2 full weeks to try the program in trial version, I would recommend you that if you think this is going to be useful, you just download it, test it, and if it's fine, then you find something that works for you. If you also find that the ability to modify the tags is important for you, then you already know. So, I hope this was informative enough. Take care. See you in the next one.